Hello, my friends. How are you? It's me, Christiana Gaudet, your tarot fairy godmother. It's Thursday. That means it's time for the Tarot Topics weekly newsletter recap, where we take a look at the newsletter topic and do some readings about that. Before we get started, I want to say a huge thank you to Lisa Harmon. Lisa, thank you for being a member, and thank you for the very generous super sticker. Really, really appreciate that. All right, so newsletter topic. How do we do this? All right, each week it's a different topic, and then it comes into your inbox on Wednesday. If you haven't subscribed, please do. There's a link in the description. So what's the topic this week? Invoking energy. All right, real quickly. When we talk about invocation, to invoke something, very often we see that specifically having to do with deities, a prayer of invocation to begin a church service, an invocation to a deity in a pagan ritual, something of that nature. But we also know that in old sort of poetry, the bards would invoke inspiration. They would say an inspiration they would say an invocation to inspiration so that they would be inspired. They would say an invocation to the muses. And so I was thinking, we can invoke energy. Everything is energy, right? Love is energy, money is energy, healing is energy, humor is energy, everything is energy. And so can we just call energy to us? Now, can I call $1 million to myself right now? I mean, theoretically, I suppose one could, but as much as I love y'all, if I could do that, we'd be having this conversation in an entirely different format. I know it has its limitations, but I do think that if we can focus on the energy we want or need and just breathe that in, and in the newsletter, I just spoke about some techniques for that invocation, and I think a lot of it is just focusing on it, breathing it in, calling it in. So there that is. So let's do some questions around all of that. Starting with Smile Soul 20. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. My question is, my energy has been like anger around a certain coworker. As much as I'm trying to remain calm, it's just very hard. And so, if we're talking about invocation, the question is there something else you could invoke, something else you could focus on that would feel better, that would change the energy, that would change up the energy for both of you? So what energy could you invoke? I think you're right that it has to be an energy of calm. I think you're absolutely right. I think you already said it. And so what you have to do is just sort of think about calm, what is calm, and breathe that in and recognize that this particular coworker, I am very sure, this person is problematic for you. I know that. I see that. But I'm also sure, Smile Soul 20, that this person has kind of their own issues that make them the way they are. I'm not excusing their behavior, but I am saying there's a deeper story there. And so part of calm will come from compassion. And it's really hard, and in some ways not always healthy, to have compassion for people who are not treating us well. And like we're taught always to. And I think it's helpful because we can understand that it's not about us. But I also think, that we can be compassionate for someone without putting ourselves in the direct line of fire. So you're in a tough situation, Smile Soul 20. That's the thing. There's no one easy answer here. But I would say calm, I would say compassion, and I would say just recognizing that this person has their own world of crap that they're dealing with. Again, I'm not saying that to excuse it. I'm just saying that because it is part of the picture. I don't know if that's helpful, but I hope it is. Melissa Grosso, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for the great newsletter and reading last week. Yay. I pulled the 10 of Swords from my daily card yesterday and today. Eek. We talked about this during the reading as well. What energy do I need to invoke to shift this 10 of Swords? Yowzy. Yowzy, yowzy. You know, I think part of the problem here, Melissa, is you've just gotten into this routine. And it's not the worst routine in the world. I mean, your life doesn't suck, but it's not really the life that you wanted. And if you could see like a purpose, like I'm doing this so that I can get to this, I think it would be perfectly okay. I think it would be great. But I don't think that's what's going on. I think you're like, I'm doing this, and I'm not really loving this, and I don't know what comes next, so maybe I'm just doing this for the rest of my life. Oh, no, I don't want that. I think that's your 10 of Swords. And so I think what you need to invoke is a sense of direction. Now, I'll give you a spell for that. If you don't know, like so often we know what direction we want, and so we can just invoke what we need to get there. But if you don't know what direction you want, imagine a weather vane. And imagine a weather vane just blowing, being blown. Obviously, the weather vane itself does not blow anything. Being blown in such a way that it then points you to your direction. And just visualize this and imagine this and call that to you. That is invoking literally the energy of direction. Try that. All right. We're having fun in the chat around invoking $1 million. Yeah, man, if we could do that, it would be a whole different story, right? Adrija, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. What is the energy shift I need to do to find a proper partner? Great question. Let's take a look. I think you know that you are, and I mean this in the best way, you are a unique individual. You're not like every other person. You're not like other girls in a lot of ways. You're unique, and you need the person who will see and love and appreciate you for you, appreciate your uniqueness, appreciate not just you being an attractive person, but you being exactly the person you are. And I think to invoke that, what you have to invoke is confidence. The energy that you need, Adrija, is confidence. To be confident in exactly the person that you are. And that will bring to you the partner who will love the person that you are, exactly as you are. That's what I think. No, Melissa just told me that Lightseers now has a travel deck with a 10. How did I not know this? Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Where's my wallet? Oh my gosh, that's so exciting. Very good, very good. Good to know. All right, Nalini, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members only emojis. What energies am I invoking, like accidentally invoking, that could be holding you back, and how do you let it go so you can step into your power? So let's start with that. Are you accidentally, inadvertently calling to you an energy that is hurting you? Are you doing that? Kinda, yeah. You're right. You kinda are. And what it is this repeated story of how you're not good enough and you'll never be good enough. And so you just keep invoking that energy. Sorry, I don't mean to sound like a broken record. But there it is. Now, Nalini, everyone, if you will indulge me, Nalini has had a dream. She's hoping that she'll be able to come on Saturday, because that's when I would normally, handle a dream interpretation. But it's so cool. If you guys don't mind, I'm just going to jump right in and do that now. I know it's not what we normally do on Thursdays, and Nalini didn't request it. She just told me about it, and it has piqued my interest. So here it is. I had a strange dream last night about a deceased uncle that I was close to. He was getting married to my aunt, and she was pregnant with twins. They never had children. I really need to know the meaning of this dream. Okay. I do believe that this is a message from spirit, like from your uncle. And the way I interpret it is it's never too late to rewrite your story. You know, in real life, he didn't have kids, but now in this dream, he has twins. And so I think he's here telling you it's not too late for you to decide what you want and go get it and choose, you know, what it is that you want. Choose the path that you want. I think he would have liked to have had kids. And so clearly there are some things in life that, you know, you don't always get what you want. That's real. But I think he feels like there's a lot that you're closing yourself off to because you don't believe it's possible. And some things could be possible for you that you don't think are. That's what I get. Tell me what you think. Tell me if that makes sense. Tell me if that resonates. What do you think? All right. Karen's Corner. I get so excited about the travel deck. Would love a message if you have a card for me this morning. All right, sure. Yeah, I'm excited about it as well, for sure. All right. Next up, Lisa Harmon. Thank you again for being a member, and thank you again for the very generous super sticker. I really appreciate it. What energies do I need to invoke to help me clear any blockages? Well, first then we have to look at blockages. What blockages might there be? I think you have blockages around social stuff, like who to trust. You know, like you're very social in this environment, but this is like a super safe environment because you could always just walk away. I think when it comes to, you know, more in-person things, there have been so many difficult people in your life that it's hard for you to know who to trust, but you would really like, I think, more in-person social interaction. And so what I would invoke is the element of air to give you clear discernment so you can know if someone is someone that you're really going to want to trust or not. Because I think if you had that, you'd feel more comfortable. Mediha Ness, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. What should I know about my energy and what should I do about it? That's a fair question. I like it. All right. Your energy defies definition. It will not be defined. It will not be contained. Your energy is of so many different things in so many ways, and you're good at allowing that, allowing your energy to be your energy. And the thing is, you could allow it more. You could lean into it more. You know it's different. You know it's different from pretty much everyone you know in more than one country. But lean into it anyway because it's pretty special. It's okay to be different. Lean into that more, especially the creativity. There's something there for you. Ben, Libra does tarot. So nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Glad you're here. The next question, Justine. So nice to see you. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. And you have some smart things to say along with your questions, so I'm going to read aloud the whole thing. I love this topic. I completely agree when you said that invocation may be the practice that can get us unstuck and remotivated quickly. Oh, and I just have to say a big thank you, Laura T. Thank you so much. I was just thinking about you this morning with so much appreciation. So thank you for being here and big appreciation for being a member and for the super sticker. Really appreciate that. All right, and I know I've gone blurry for a minute. Okay, I'm back. Here we go. We're working on it. We're getting me new cameras. We're working on it. All right. Oh, Nalini, thank you. I'm glad that worked for you. Good. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, Justine. For me, this is a crucial part of the process to go through so I can shut off the thinking part of my mind and also to ensure I connect with the most aligned energies available to me at the time. Good. This is also important because it gives me the permission, peace of mind I need to dive in for the reading without worrying about whether or not I'm in the right headspace. So I agree, yes. And here's the burning question. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I've used the same personal invocation ritual, one that somehow came to me at the very beginning when I first got started with tarot. It has always worked and felt very natural for me, so I've never questioned it. But I'm curious to know if my spirit guides have comments or feedback for me on it. All right. Oh, Smile Soul 20, I answered you first. I saw your question first, so I got to it first. But I remember it was about, I rambled on a bit about it. It was the Five of Wands reversed was an important card there. And it was really about generating peace and calm. You're absolutely right. It's what you have to do. But there's a bunch there. Go back and listen. Thanks. Good to see you. All right. So, Justine, if your spirit guides have any comments or feedback about your personal invocation ritual, which I think is your invocation ritual for tarot specifically, right? And I think they would like you to explore the power of invocation in all aspects of your life. What you're doing is great. And the fact that you are like so intuitive about it, that you're just allowing it to come to you is so good. That's the right thing. That's the right thing. But there's more. But there's more. So just lean into it. That's the thing. Okay. Hang on. Overscrolled. Give me a minute. All right. Here we are. PL Day, you're up next. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Some days my energy feels unbound. How best can I call it to me? With fire, just light a candle or think about fire, think about your solar plexus and bring the energy back to your solar plexus. I think would be really great. With air, though, by inhaling and bringing it in. With water, by just drinking and saying, I drink in my energy. And with earth, by standing firmly and feeling your own connection to the earth. So those the four elements, I think, really matter here. But I particularly like fire for you. Okay, Justine. Invocation for me is the prayer meditation I do to connect with Source before I start a reading to open up the sacred space. Slightly different context than how you used it in the newsletter. Same, but different. Really, yeah, I got that it was slightly different, yeah. Which is why Spirit sort of says, well, we'll widen it up. It's not different, it's just a subset thereof, I think. Teresa and Martha, thanks so much for your kind words. Caroline, so nice to see you. And the next question that I see is Claire C. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. How do I invoke energy to help me create order? Goodly godly, I have no idea. Let's see. Yeah, that's a hard one. I think it has to be the element of air. I think it has to be breathing. You might want to use feathers and use air to bring things into order. I think that's what it's got to be. Bring in air, the element of air. Gina Rutledge, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. And hang on one second, just a second here. All right, here we go. Martha Vank, so nice to see you. Okay, Martha, what are some ways for me to get inspired when I'm feeling depressed? That's hard. I mean, it's really hard. But for you, you have to give yourself permission to take a break, because a lot of times for you, depression and anxiety comes from feeling overwhelmed. And when we're feeling overwhelmed, it's hard to take a break, but a break is what you need. So it's like you have to give yourself pressure release. You have to give yourself breaks. You have to, it's like, I feel like you hit the ground running trying to do a whole bunch, and you're super effective until you're not. And it's a lot. And so what you need to invoke, Martha, is permission. The energy that gives you permission to take frequent breaks throughout the day. I'm serious. I think it would do a world of good. Melissa, I think I got to your question. I do. Let me know if I didn't, but I think I did. Mix you here. Heat Alert Toronto. You were talking about how the aces are good cards to meditate, invoke things with. I'm wondering what the Ace of Pentacles has to tell me about this. I'm not sure I understand your question. Are we looking at like how you might use the aces or the Ace of Pentacles to invoke what you need? Which I think involves like groundedness and healthcare and money and, some things of that nature. So I think Ace of Pentacles would be a very good thing for you to invoke. But you know what else? You also need the Ace of Wands because you need joy and creativity. And you need the Ace of Swords because you need to write and communicate. And you need the Ace of Cups because you need sort of emotional well-being. And so what I'm seeing for you, Mixuir, is just the need to do 4-element invocations on a regular basis. How about that? Okay. Melissa, yes, I see I did get to you. Okay, good. Teresa, thank you for being a member. Thanks for being a moderator. Thanks for using members-only emojis. What energy can I invoke to help communicate with my sister on the other side? Laughter, joy, laughter, fun times. Seriously, like it can't be serious. I mean, I know it's really very serious, and I know, it's been very recent. So, you're still very much in that place of grief. But it's got to be like happy memories and fun times. That's the energy. All right, Joyous Ocean, so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. What is the energy shift I need to move full speed ahead with in this challenge with my friends to make $10,000 in 10 days in July? I mean, it's obviously an earth energy, so you'd want to work with earth. But I wonder if the focus really is not about the money. If the money is just a designator, a marker, if the focus is really something more, if the focus is something bigger, if it's fuller. And so maybe it's that energy of freedom, it's that energy of flow. Maybe that's the energy you're looking to invoke as well. Luna Song, nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Misfit, nice to see you. Jackie Masters, glad you're here. Jackie Masters. What energy can I call in to assist me in my healing journey in all areas of my life? I'm making a lot of changes, some going well, some not so well, but I'm getting there. Good. Thanks for being a member. Thanks for using members-only emojis. Here we go. The problem is anxiety. And so what energy do you invoke to combat anxiety? Anxiety is of air, but there's a part of me that says, it's just air gone wrong. And so if you can invoke more air, it probably takes care of the anxiety. So I'm going to say maybe more air is what you need. Seriously. Okay, Karen's Corner. What we're doing today is just talking about invoking energies. And so what I'm going to do for you today is just pull some cards to look at what energy it would be helpful for you to invoke at this time. And what you need more than anything is the energy of joy. Now, if you could do that by invoking fire, if you could do that by invoking joy very specifically, but I think that's what you need to do. You need to bring joy into your life. Laura T., it's so nice to see you. Thank you so much for being here. Thanks for being a member. Thank you for the super sticker. Really appreciate you. What energy do I need to move forward and away from my current living situation? I think it's the knowledge, it's confidence. It's the energy of the knowledge that there's a way to do it, that you can do it, you can figure out how to do it, and you can make it happen. It's confidence. I think that's what you need. Hang on one second. I just over-scrolled. Okay. Winter, Rosemary, it's so nice to see you. What energy do I need to invoke to change my current living situation? I'm always afraid and depressed to the point of not being able to function. So what energy should you invoke? Man, do you see this? I keep shuffling and it's the same thing. That 9 of Cups reversed. I think we need to turn this around for everyone to invoke wishes fulfilled. And for you, specifically, Winter, it's the recognition that you deserve to have your wishes fulfilled. That your wishes are not unusual or untoward or too much. That you're not too much. I think the realization that your wishes can come true and you deserve to have your dreams come true. I think that's the thing you really need to invoke. Okay. Barbie Bird, it's so nice to see you. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. I'd love to know what you and my guides would like me to know about my own energy and things I can do to balance it, especially when I'm feeling triggered by others. Well, the thing is, you're feeling triggered by others because you've got some real things that have hurt you. And over time, it is important to work on that healing, But in the moment, to just feel better when you need to feel better, what you need is lightness. You need like a lightness of being. You need like an emotional helium balloon. So I think that's air too, but it's a different kind of air, like a floaty kind of thing. You need, it's almost like you need to invoke wings. Maybe you need to invoke some elemental with wings, or some bird. Oh, your last name is Bird. I was going to say some bird energy, but there it is. Makes sense though, right? Right? All right. Colleen McLaughlin, thanks so much for being here. Thanks for being a member here. Thanks for using members-only emojis. What invocations can I do to help with my motivation? Caroline. I think, there's something deeper here. I don't think you're unmotivated. I think there are particular tasks or particular things you're doing that just feel like a lot. But the reason they feel like a lot is because they are a lot and you have a lot. So I don't think it's about motivation. I think what you need is space, so you feel like you have some room to move so that you can do these things. I think it's a sense of emotional and energetic space that you need. And so it's almost like an invocation of like the gentle breeze that brings in something fresh, that brings in something new. But recognize that you're not unmotivated, you're overburdened, I think. So I think that's important to know. All right. Hey, Denise Woods, nice to see you. Jackie, how to invoke the energy of air? That's fair. That's a fair question. You can use the Ace of Wands or any of the You can use the Ace of Swords. Erase. Ace of Swords or any of the Swords Court. And you can just sort of say, I bring the element of air to my life and to my soul and to my spirit. And I ask that air bring to me clarity, discernment, the ability to know who to trust, whatever it is. Or in the case of Barbie, emotional lightness, mental lightness, fresh air in the head. I know that sounds funny, right? But there it is. So like that. But also, like feathers are good for that. Having feathers is helpful. Okay. Okay. Madhu Mahesh, so nice to see you. What can I do in order to step into the vibration of my best self? I love that. Recognize your ability to handle whatever life throws at you. Be confident about your ability to live your life well. Seriously. Oh, Caroline, thank you so much for the super sticker. I really appreciate that. That's very generous. Thank you very much. Thank you. From my perspective, I've gotten to the end of the questions. Did I miss anyone? I do want to remind you, if you're not a subscriber of the newsletter, please do. Joyce Ocean, I do pay a lot of attention. Like I do move my hands a lot. I don't have any training in particular energy work with motion, but I do a lot with it. So there is that. All right, my friends, I am available for readings. Please reach out to schedule your reading. Subscribe to the newsletter. Get your StarCon ticket. Tomorrow, I'm not sure if I'll be coming on live at the usual time because I get to go to the baby's 1-year doctor appointment. So I'm super excited for that. So I may be checking in later in the day. I'm not sure. I'll let you know when I know. Oh, DH, I don't see your questions either, but I see that. So DH, do you want to try again? You've got my attention. And if I don't see you in a few moments, I will just pull some cards for you. Yeah, Claire, I like feathers for air, for sure. For sure, absolutely. So yeah, we were talking about motion. Oh, and getting your StarCon ticket. Here it is. Got it. DH. I'm on it. And thank you for being a member. And I'm sorry you had a problem getting seen, but I'm seeing you now. What energy should I invoke to move forward from a stressful visit? I'm going to say water. The element of water. Invoke the energy and element of water to wash over you and cleanse you from all of that stress. Seriously. All right. So I do want to tell you about the babies. They're crawling now, and they crawl really well. They crawl as well as a person can walk slowly. I mean, they are off like and they follow each other around and they follow the adults around. And the two of them, like I want to have baby races or something. It's so cute. They're so funny and cute. Oh my gosh, I just had to tell you that. All right. Take care. Be good. I will see you tomorrow at some point tomorrow. Thanks so much.